Hey folks, it is Josh here. It is September the 24th. It's a Sunday. That's when we do these weekly check-ins. And I gotta tell you, I was ready to hit record with such a great positive start to this weekly update, right? As some of you know, every week I record a vlog where I post it on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, hello, thanks for tuning in. If you're listening over the podcast, hello to you too, because podcasts are great and sometimes you just want audio. I was ready to come in here firing on all cylinders. We had an exciting week. Things are good, and I will get to that. But now you're going to have to sit through a minute of my first world problem rant, because everything was going great. And I don't know about you folks, but I've started making my at-home office a much better setup, right? Because we mostly work from home. This is going somewhere, I promise. Stick around and it'll be worth your while, I think. So over the last year or two, I've been slowly upgrading some of my office stuff, right? I got a standing desk. I got a nice new computer chair because I spend so much time sitting in it. I just, maybe about 6 months ago, bought a nice new main computer screen. I like to have two screens if I'm working from home. My main screen was pretty good, but my second screen was a literal piece of garbage, right? Small, old. I bought it off Facebook Marketplace for like $20 because I just wanted a second monitor, right? And I was like, okay, it's been a few good years. I've earned the right to buy myself a second computer screen so I could move my main computer screen to my second one, and I could buy a nice new shiny main computer screen, and life will be great. And life was great until around 8:25 this morning, when I came in to start recording this vlog. Again, I was thinking, okay, what should I talk about this week? Oh, we've had a lot of exciting news, and again, I'm going to tell you about that. But what happened was, my desk was standing, right? It was set to the standing mode, and my computer chair, if you're watching on YouTube, great, I'll try to explain it. My computer chair was turned to the side, so it's kind of tucked underneath the standing desk, right? Now that's okay while the desk is standing, but what I did was I wanted to start sitting down because I like recording these vlogs while I'm sitting. I can just focus better, I can look at the camera, blah, blah, blah. So I clicked the button. I have an electronic, one of those standing desks, you can click a button and it goes up and down. I clicked the button for the desk to go down, and what happens? The desk gets stuck on the back of the computer chair because it was in the way because I'm an idiot and left it underneath the desk. What happens? The desk continues to go down, but the side is stuck on the chair. So now the desk is continuing to come down, but the whole desk is tilting because one half of it is stuck on the chair. So anyways, I'm not going to bore you with more details, but basically the whole desk is exploding, right? Stuff's falling all over the place. The screen slams down onto the table. I finally stabilized, right? I click stop. I stop the desk from moving. I stabilize everything. I clean everything up. Now the good thing is, and we'll get to takeaways from this lesson in a moment. The good thing is, almost everything is now totally fine. My microphone's fine, the webcam's fine, the second computer screen is fine, my backup third computer screen, the piece of crap one, is fine. There isn't anything else all that fancy on my desk, to be honest. I'm a pretty simple guy. Everything's fine. But what happened? My main computer screen, that's like 6 months brand new, slams onto the desk, and just huge scratch across the whole screen. Totally unusable. Just a brutal way to start your day, right? I get it, it's like 4 or 5 p.m. Maybe, you're ready to wrap up, things are okay, and you end it. But this was like, I just finished having a tea on the balcony. I'm ready to come in to record this awesome update, and just total mayhem with my friggin' desk. My main brand new computer screen is broken, cannot be used whatsoever. So anyways, I'm sorry to potentially bore you with what is an extremely first world problem. Just a terrible way to start the day. Now, what are the key takeaways from this situation? Number one, I need to check if I have a warranty. If there is a warranty and I can just get it replaced and not pay any money, that would be pretty great. It would be an inconvenience because I got to go send it in or bring it in or whatever, but not the end of the world, right? You get in the car, it's a 10-minute drive each way. Okay, not so terrible. As well, I still, for some stupid reason, I kept my old computer screen. So I just set it back up. I'm back online. I have my two computer screens. It's not perfect. It's not as good as I had it, last night. But anyways, life will go on. It's not the end of the world that instead of my second screen being a big monitor, now I have to go back to my crappy second screen, right? So again, we need to take the good with the bad. It's almost like a funny lesson because we did have a really good week in terms of business, right? So as most of you know, I give these weekly updates. I'm a Canadian immigration lawyer. I'm the co-founder of an immigration platform called Visto, right? We build immigration software. And we had a really good week. We closed a round of funding. We onboarded some new clients. We're starting to hire, so I'm interviewing some good candidates. But it's like, to summarize the entrepreneurial journey, every once in a while, especially when things are going well, they just got to slap you in the face a little bit, And by they, I just mean like the world, right? No particular individual, right? Like nobody came into my condo and slammed my computer desk and ruined the screen, right? It's just life, right? Especially in business, especially in life, right? Life has lots of ups and downs, as I'm sure we've all learned. But I feel like it's like highlighted in business, depending on the type of business. Some are smoother than others. But if you're any type of entrepreneur, any size business, tech, not tech, small, big, you can probably relate to lots of ups and downs, right? And every once in a while, good old, whatever you want to call it, I don't think it's karma. I think it's just the ups and downs that come with business comes around and slaps you right in the face. And I feel like I just got slapped right in the face. Now, is it terrible? No, it feels worse right now than it really is. Because like I said, if there's, if I can get a free whatever, if I got the warranty or whatever, I don't know, I can go replace it, no money out of pocket. Worst case, I don't remember, it was like $250 to screen, right? Like, obviously I'm not happy about it. But if the worst case from all of this is I either have to go back to my old setup or I have to go buy another screen for $200, $300. If that's the worst thing that happens to me this week, I guess I can't complain too much, right? Because worse things could happen. Luckily, and I'll try to fit in a quick update here, because usually I keep these videos and these weekly updates to like 10 minutes, and it's already 7 minutes here, and all I've talked about is a stupid computer screen. But hey, at least I'm relating it to business and life, right? And that's what you listen to me for, I think. Anyways, brutal start to my day. The good thing is it can only go up from here, right? So that's what I'm telling myself. It can only get better from here. And luckily, we had a really good week. So we closed a round of funding last week. We raised a little bit more money from our current investors, which is awesome because we've had a really good last 8-9 months. Products getting a lot better. That's leading to even more clients that are converting, signing up, staying subscribed to our immigration platform, which is great. They seem to be very happy. We're onboarding new ones. We're getting referrals. So things are moving really well. What I wanted to talk about on this update was that we've now, since we've raised a little bit more money and we have good traction, is we're starting to hire. So I was going to talk about, how I'm going through the interview process and, experiences from that. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to go through all of it. Maybe I'll go into more detail on that in my update next week because I'll be a little bit further along, right? So what I've done so far is obviously created a job description. Luckily, I have a co-founder, Alex, so he helped me review that. And job descriptions, especially with the help of like ChatGPT, to be honest, pretty easy to throw together a job description, touch it up a little bit, personalize it to your company, etc., etc. So that's pretty easy. The key is getting it in front of the right people, right? So the first thing I did, and this is one of the many reasons why we should all be building a personal brand, a corporate brand, all that kind of stuff, is because you don't want to have to go on, go pay LinkedIn, Indeed to promote your job and stuff like that, right? So the first and only thing I've done so far is I made one LinkedIn post, right? As some of you may have noticed, if you follow me on LinkedIn, I just cracked the 15,000 follower mark. Really excited about that. I might put together a quick guide on how to grow your presence on LinkedIn, because I just passed, as I said, 15,000 followers, and I'm proud of it because it took a lot of work, a lot of consistency. Not hard work, but more consistency and commitment. But anyways, posted on LinkedIn and sent one email out to our email list, because over the years at Vista, we've been building an email list. It's now over 15, ironically, it's now also just over about 15,000 subscribers. So that means we have a pretty good reach, right? Pretty good organic reach just from my LinkedIn and the Visto email list. So I promoted the job, one email, one LinkedIn post. We have something like 30 plus candidates that are going through the process, and a good chunk of them are quite good. So again, there's a million reasons to build a brand, to build a personal brand, a corporate brand, a following, whatever you want to call it, social media presence. One of the benefits is if you're building a growing company and you are or eventually are going to need to or want to hire, it can make hiring a lot better. Here's one example. I just received an application from someone who's the brother of one of our clients. One of our clients saw that we were hiring. She's like, hey, this looks cool. I just forwarded to my brother because he's in sales. We're hiring for sales. And he applied, and it was a really good application, right? So just the fact that we build email lists, we build followings, we keep people posted on what we're doing. We haven't spent $1 on recruitment, right? And I don't plan on it, because if you build the right following, build the right presence, then it can do way more than you think, right? Building a following is not just so that you can sell more stuff, right? It does help with that. It's to build more trust. It's to help with anything you might need help with down the road. It might not even be business related, right? One day, here's an extreme example. One day you might be driving on the highway and you get stuck and your car breaks down, and you post on LinkedIn, hey everybody, my car broke down. I'm 20 minutes south of New York City in this town. Can anybody help, right? You never know, right? That's a bit of an extreme example, but just an example to say that you never know. And anyways, so I think I'm going to end it here, right? It's been about 12 minutes. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, hopefully you found a little bit of interest and excitement from my story of misery this morning. I don't wish it on my worst enemy, although again, like I said, in the world of entrepreneurship, in life, I guess, as an adult, you got to take the ups and downs. Don't get too overconfident when things are going really well, because eventually you'll be slapped in the face again. But that's okay. That's what keeps us honest. That's what keeps things interesting, although I didn't find this activity interesting. And hopefully you can take something from it too. So anyways, I'm going to stop rambling. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you're watching on YouTube, I really appreciate it if you could just make sure you're subscribed and like the video. Costs you nothing except a few seconds. Really helps me kind of grow the channel. And if you have any comments, feel free to let me know. Or you have any thoughts or any sympathy, let me know in the comments. If you're listening on the podcast, thank you for tuning in. If you can give a review, a thumbs up, whatever the heck your podcast platform allows you to do, that would be great. Lastly, make sure you're subscribed to my Substack. I'll put the link in the description. That's where I send out my weekly update. You'll get the email, you'll get some text, you'll get links to my best content from the week, including this video on YouTube, just in case you want to be notified directly to your inbox every week when the video goes live. And also, because I go into a little bit more detail on what else has happened and other progress and stuff like that. So check the Substack, link in the description. Thanks again for watching, folks. Really appreciate it, or listening, and hope you're having a better day than I am right now. But the good thing is I can only go up from here, so the rest of my day will hopefully be much better. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next week for another update.